And back to the border tonight, migrants are taking desperate measures to get to the U.S., and more people are dying trying to make the journey. Tonight, our border reporter, Oscar Margain, talks to rescue crews saving migrant lives every day.
1 minute you're floating on the surface, and next the undertow grabs you and you're underwater.
Mission Fire Deputy Chief Joel Dominguez says calls to retrieve bodies or rescue migrants in the river happen daily.
So there's a lot of hazards in the water that people don't see because of the color of the water.
The sight of a little girl drowning is what prompted him to assemble a diving rescue team 25 years ago.
You can pretty much picture every face I've recovered still to this day.
In some areas, the Rio Grande can be narrow and shallow, but that's not the case here. Dominguez says in this part of the border, the river can be as much as 60 feet deep, with migrants often underestimating the undercurrent. Crossing the Rio Grande isn't the only desperate measure migrants are taking to get here. This video shows a man attempting to rush through customs agents at the Laredo port of entry.
They're coming and literally running across southbound traffic.
McAllen Mayor Jim Darling says it's a response to CBP's metering practice that filters asylum seekers out from regular pedestrian traffic to avoid saturation at bridges. This week, Mexico deployed more than 15,000 National Guard to its borders in response to U.S. pressure to stem the flow of undocumented migrants.
When we talked about Mexico controlling the southern border, we can't even control one lane of a bridge. That's how monumental the task is, I think.
Just this month, a woman and her 3 infant children died of dehydration near the border in Mission, and an Indian toddler was found dead in Arizona. While many blame his deterrence policies for these deaths, President Donald Trump points at Congress for inaction on immigration legislation. In Mission, near the Texas-Mexico border, Oscar Margain reporting.